Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what I love and what I hate about living in Vancouver. If this is your first time here, my name is Hasan Juma. I'm a real estate agent here in Vancouver and the Fraser Valley, and I create these educational videos that'll help you learn about Vancouver and help you in your home buying and selling journey. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So Vancouver, if you've never had the opportunity to visit, you must put it on the list. Vancouver is a beautiful, beautiful place. I've lived in the Vancouver area for over 30 years, 33, 34 years. So of course it's home to me. There's a lot of great things about living in Vancouver. There's some things that are not so great about living here as well. I'm going to share them all with you. I'm going to start with what I love. And the first thing I want to talk about, one of the big pluses to me about Vancouver, is the diversity. You will find people of all walks of life living in the city and the surrounding communities. We are a city and of course a country that welcomes immigration. So you're going to find people from Asia, from Europe, from the US, obviously Canadians, all living in the Vancouver area, all sharing their culture with each other, whether it's through cultural events, Greek Day festivals, Italian Day festivals. We have a big multicultural type of a community here in Vancouver and some of the surrounding cities. So the diversity here is great. And that in itself leads to a host of other benefits about living in Vancouver. And the next thing would definitely have to be the international cuisine. So from that, if you wanted to get some of the best Asian food in Canada, you'd be going to a place like Richmond, which is about 25 minutes outside of Vancouver. If you enjoy, like myself, Korean barbecue, Coquitlam has a large Korean population and some really good Korean food. If you prefer Italian deli type sandwiches, we have some of the best Italian deli style food at Commercial Drive, which is close to the downtown Vancouver area. If you like Iranian food, North Vancouver has a large community and some really, really good kebabs. And I could go on forever. Like the food here is phenomenal. We definitely have some of the best sushi, I would say, in North America. So we just have some of the best opportunities to eat great ethnic food no matter where we are in the local area here in Vancouver. Now, when I talk about Vancouver, I'm mentioning some of these other cities that are right along the outskirts, and we call that the Greater Vancouver Regional District. So it does encompass some cities around Vancouver, but one of the things that you'll find in common with all of these communities and Vancouver itself, if you've never been here, Vancouver is a very, very green city. No matter where you turn, there are trees everywhere. And in my opinion, you can actually feel it when you breathe. When I visit other countries, other areas, I notice a difference in the air. And when you're in Vancouver, you'll see trees everywhere. One of the things Vancouver is definitely known for is the great outdoors and a lot of the parks that we have. We have some of the best parks in North America, including Stanley Park, Central Park in Burnaby. So the Greenery is one of the biggest reasons you may consider visiting Vancouver or even moving to Vancouver. Outside of the parks, we're also accessible, very accessible to the Pacific Ocean. So we have some nice beaches to hang out at. We have the North Shore Mountains in North Vancouver. The one thing they say about Vancouver is it's very rare to find a city where you could spend the day at the beach as well as on the mountains, skiing or snowboarding on the exact same day. We're very close to Whistler as well, which is obviously a world-class ski resort, mountains. If you go to North Van, there's a lot of different hiking trails. So if you're someone that enjoys the outdoors, you like getting out in nature, you like to do different types of activities in the great outdoors, I know there's no better place in Canada than Vancouver and our surrounding area. I'm not sure if there's a better place in North America as well. So definitely nature, greenery, outdoor activities, you get it all here in Vancouver. The next thing that I really, really love about Vancouver is its proximity on the West Coast. So we're on the edge of the Pacific Ocean. If you're someone that likes to go boating, whale watching, we have some of the best whale watching here off of the coast of BC. But the other nice thing about being located on the West Coast is proximity to other areas. In normal times, if I wanted to travel to Scottsdale, Arizona, it's a couple-hour flight. Los Angeles, couple-hour flight. So we are very accessible to some of what I believe are the best places to visit in the US as well. So we have that proximity. If you head south, if you want to go just for a drive, you can drive down to Seattle, which is a great place to spend your time. So proximity to the West Coast. I mean, who doesn't love the West Coast, right? The next thing that I really love about Vancouver is it's so very scenic, either at day or at night. If you're someone that likes to go out and perhaps you're a photographer, you like taking photography, again, of mountains, of skyscrapers, of the ocean, of real estate. There's so many different elements to the Vancouver landscape. It's not all skyscrapers like you might expect in, say, a New York. It's not all beaches like you see in areas along the California coast. We have a little bit of everything, and I like to think that Vancouver, we have something for everyone. So it's a place where we often hear it from visitors when they come to town. There's always some sort of element that they take away that they really do love about Vancouver. Because of that, we do have heavy immigration, and also we have some of the highest real estate prices because of that. So Vancouver must be doing something right. We seem to attract people from all across the world to move to Vancouver, and it has to do with all of these different positives. And again, our community being so culturally diverse, we are an open and warm place for anyone to come live, no matter where you're from. So I've talked about some of the positives, and trust me, I could go on forever with positives of living in Vancouver. I'm going to talk about a couple things I hate. The first thing for sure is the traffic. So as I mentioned, I'm a real estate agent. I spend a lot of time driving on the road. I work in several different communities, and traffic, like especially during rush hour, it can be such a pain to deal with. Now, it does depend where you're going. We do have highways that'll take you from west to east if you live out in the Fraser Valley. But from certain communities to other communities, it can be very challenging during rush hour. Expect if you come here and you're driving around a lot and it's say 5 p.m. or it's 8 a.m. On a weekday, you're going to be sitting in traffic for a long time. There's a lot of people that commute into Vancouver from places further east so they can have housing affordability, but then obviously they're working in the main city in Vancouver. So that traffic, it can be horrendous. You're in your car a lot, just kind of sitting there. There's a lot of bridges to deal with, which can get pretty backed up. So traffic is definitely an issue here. It's not as bad as like Los Angeles, Pacific Coast Highway. It's not as bad as that, but traffic still sucks regardless. Now, the other thing that I dislike, I won't say I hate about Vancouver, but I dislike is all of the rain. Now, I'm someone that prefers rain over snow. Like I mentioned, I drive around a lot, so rain doesn't set me back on my daily activities when I'm working, meeting clients. I don't mind some rain, to be truly honest with you, but we're on the West Coast, Pacific Northwest. Sometimes we get rain for like weeks straight. If you're someone who doesn't like a forecast of clouds with a chance of rain, you're not going to like Vancouver. It rains a hell of a lot here, to be honest. It's not overly cold like some other areas in Canada, so that's a nice thing. But if you're someone, for example, that prefers snow and a nice sunny day with snow on the ground, you don't really get that here in Vancouver. If you like clouds, if you like it to be wet and gray and rainy, you will like it here. But definitely what I've heard from people that come here, that move here, they've heard that obviously it's a rainy city. They don't quite understand how rainy it is until they get here, and it rains a lot, a hell of a lot. It's gray a lot. You'll wake up on a lot of days, you'll look out, and it'll look exactly like the day before and the day before, and it's wet out, and it's gray, and it's rainy, but it is beautiful. I hope that you found some value in this video. You learned a little bit about Vancouver and the surrounding areas, some of the great things and some of the not so great things. If you're considering moving to the Vancouver area or buying or selling real estate here, you want to work with me, all my contact info is below. But other than that, hope you enjoyed this video, got some value out of it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.